For PokerGaming.com, this is James Gwill. Event number 34 of the 2010 World Series of Poker was a $1,000 Seniors World Championship. In order to play this event, you had to be at least 50 years of age or older, and of course had to come up with a $1,000 buy-in to take your seat in this championship. This event started with 3,142 players looking to battle for the bracelet and $487,994 in prize money. Now, the 3,142 players that showed up actually set an all-time record for the most players in a single day for a poker tournament in the history of not only the World Series of Poker, but in poker in general. No other tournament in history had that many players show up on a single day to play poker. Now, by the end of day one action, the field was reduced by over 80% as only 450 players remained to move on to day two. And that's a stunning number considering how many players were there. I was actually there in the media tower. The seniors event took up not only the pavilion room, but they were also bleeding over into the Amazon room, and the place was as packed as I've seen it all year. Day two saw the money bubble reached in this event, and several pros actually made the money. Captain Tom Franklin, Hoyt Corkins, and Howard Andrew, who is nicknamed Tahoe, as well as T.J. Cloutier, all made the money in this event. For those that don't know who Howard Andrew is, he is an old school, and when I mean old school, I mean old school pro. He won 2 bracelets in the early 70s, back when they held events known as businessmen's events, which would basically be considered a non-open event. However, back then it was kind of hard to distinguish whether or not a person was really a businessman or a pro just pretending to be a businessman, so they eventually did away with that title and just basically made it a regular bracelet event. Well, Tahoe ended up winning 2 of the quote-unquote businessmen's events for his 2 bracelets. It doesn't matter. 2 bracelets are still 2 bracelets, and he deserves at least a mention. He's still a strong player, even though he is well up there in years. Anyway, by day 3, 2008 Player of the Year Tom Schneider was actually still alive in this event. 23 players were working their way to the bracelet. However, Schneider did not join those that made the final table, as he finished in 14th place. John Woo started the final table of this event with Daniel Camillo right behind. Others at this final table included Eric Stemp, Harold Engel, Jay Hong, Preston Durden, Michael Minetti, Carlos Pianelli, and Jack Ward. And no, that's not the same Jack Ward from Dragnet, folks, but I figured to give Dragnet a little shout in there. Anyway, Harold Engel, to my knowledge, not the father of Kurt Angle of wrestling fame, and Mike Minetti were heads up for this bracelet. Engel held a 9 million chip lead against just 600,000 chips for Minetti. Now, Minetti did manage to double up, but he only had 1.2 million, and that's about as far as he got. From that point, he was ground back down to where he just had about 700,000, and in the last hand of the tournament, he put all those chips in pre-flop with pocket jacks. Now, Engel made the call and was actually behind. He held the king of spades, the jack of spades. But a king on the flop put Engel in the lead, and that's pretty much where he stayed. Both the turn and river fell baby cards, and Harold Engel is the seniors event champion. Harold Engel is just 78 years young. You heard that right, folks. 78 years young. That would be one person that could look at Doyle Brunson and say, all right, kid. You know. Anyway, Harold Engel is the seniors event world champion. He takes home the bracelet, $487,994 in prize money, and more importantly, the Golden Eagle Trophy that is awarded to the seniors event winner. Congratulations to Harold Engel, seniors event world champion. For more, stay tuned to PokerGaming.com as we bring you more coverage and recaps from the 2010 World Series of Poker.